And here I go. Hey y'all, APG Jamie here with You Need to Hear This, number 19. As y'all may be aware, what you're watching probably has nothing to do with what I'm saying. This oftentimes happens in many communication situations. A twisty-turny, he said, she said, but I heard a different kind of thing. Communication. Definition, y'all. The act of transferring information from one source to another, or an act of exchanging information. Too bad it's all subject to interpretation. Y'all, this is an age-old thing that's not done much better now than it was back when we first started talking. Not to mention the differences in written and spoken word. My expectations and your expectations don't always hear in the same way. They don't always understand on the same level. And just me trying to work this out has given me the sensation that I don't know my head from a hole punch. It's probably why rules were made, guidelines, if you will, then changed and made new and improved again and again. Repeat. For instance, the warning labels on some tools, like blow dryers that say do not use in the shower. A wheelbarrow that warns it is not intended for highway use. What about the folding baby stroller that warns to remove child before folding? These came about because someone didn't understand those things and some sort of accident happened. Well, it's not funny, but So, how can we help to alleviate communication issues? There's the question, the query to be solved, the wisdoms to be whizzed. Okay, so we as humans tend to believe, and our brains go on autopilot on this point, that everyone else is like us. They think and behave like us, or very similar anyway. This is why liars believe everyone lies, and thieves believe that everyone steals, and honest people think others are honest, at least until they understand what type of person they are. Did you know that in the book writing business, they recommend gearing your writings to a 4th grade reading level? Well, it is. If a 4th grader can read and understand it, so too will the majority of adults. Keep it simple. Don't make people have to go look up words and meanings, because that pulls them away from the story, and then they may lose interest. Like when I rattle on and on about some of these topics. Well, anywhoots, let's do this. Step 1. What are you wanting to communicate? Do you even know what you want the end results to be? Are you planning something? Some kind of event? What do the attendees need to know? Date, time, place, attire? Is food included? Bring your own? Will there be participants? Or is it open to whoever happens along? Or can they bring others? Be as precise as you can. Don't assume. Y'all know what that means. Assume makes an ass out of you and me. Just because in your neck of the woods a 2:00 garden party always has cake doesn't mean I know that. What is common and customary is really only common and customary to a group or region of people. Whether that group or region is in a specific areas of the country or a particular type of industry. And be sure you have your terminology correct. You know, there is a difference between subscribing and joining, borrowing and renting, public and private. Yes, please check your understanding of terminology. I know it's very detailed. How can we think that quick when having a conversation? Well, it's kind of something we learned as we were first learning how to talk. You know, we didn't even realize it, but it happened. We generally know to tell someone dates and times and places. But what if you're trying to convey a concept? Well then, we tend to put stories and comparisons into the mix. It can make things more confusing. You know, like when I explain what hot is, the batter will turn dark brown and sizzle and bubble and smoke if the pan is too hot. Your skin will turn pink, red, and maybe go brown before it blisters and peels off. Visuals we can get easy enough. But what is hot? What is burn? Those are physical sensations, feelings, concepts that you just have to see happen to someone else or experience for yourself. Truly, you don't know hot until you touch hot. Y'all know that's right. You know it. So what do you want? What is your expectation, and how best can you convey that to others? Sometimes it's easiest to write it down so you can see what your plan is. Go ahead and say it out loud. How does it sound? Bossy? Accusatory? Whiny? Or jokey? Written and online, it's kind of hard to convey our humanity when we don't see facial expressions. That's why we see the LOLs or the ha-ha-has. Oh crap, are there deadlines that need to be met? What are they? Please, please, please have your ducks in a row or a semi-row. So those that follow understand the direction you are headed. Well, that is if you have a direction. Otherwise, they may mess up what you thought you were getting because you didn't inform them to your expectations. Do you have your if, ands, and buts covered? Ooh, squirrel. Thanks for watching, and happy arting, y'all.